We're here on MidAtlantic HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association, and I'm joined by the head women's tennis coach, James Bryce. Coach, we're here to release your fall schedule for this season, and before we get into any of the nitty-gritty, with this being your first schedule for the Dukes, what was your thought process in putting it together?
Yeah, well, luckily when I got here, a few of our tournaments rescheduled for us, and I just signed off on them as well. I think all of them are great tournaments to play in. We want the best competition possible for the girls in the fall to prepare us for the spring, and I feel like this schedule's really done that. By playing throughout the entire semester instead of just maybe the first half of it, the girls are going to be ready going into the Christmas break to prepare themselves for the spring season.
Okay. Well, we know it's all about getting prepared for the spring season, but looking specifically at the fall, you'll start off with the Navy Fall Tournament kind of mid-September, which gives you about a month with the girls back on campus. So what was the thought process in going into Navy and giving yourself that window to get the team prepared?
Well, originally we were going to go play a tournament the second week of classes, and I felt like we needed to prepare about a month, 3 to 4 weeks as a team, so they get used to the way that I do things, the culture that we're trying to impose on the team, so they're ready for that tournament. It's not, we've got a week of practice on our belt, let's go play a tournament. So by playing the Navy one, pushing the tournament schedule back a little bit, I feel like we're going to be a lot more prepared conditioning-wise and the way we want them to play, getting ready for that tournament. And we already know a lot of the teams that are going up there, they're from this area, so we're excited about it.
Well, a couple weeks later, you'll actually head to Virginia Tech for one of their fall tournaments, and that's also the site of the ITA Atlantic Regionals this year. So did that factor into when you wanted to go play at Virginia Tech?
I mean, definitely. Anytime you get to play on those courts before you go play a big tournament at the ITA Regionals, you definitely want to try and take advantage of that. With it being close by, a couple of hours down the road, obviously it helps the travel schedule. The girls not missing so much class as well, so we're really excited about that tournament. But I think overall, anytime you can get on those courts to prepare the girls for the ITA tournament is really going to, help us out for the future.
And what kind of competition will your team face at the ITA Atlantic Regionals for anyone who's not quite as familiar with the fall tournaments?
Yeah, well, it's my first time going to the MidAtlantic region as well, so the Atlantic region, sorry. And from what I understand, it's a selection process. So not all of our girls may get into the tournament. They'll look at the rankings and the preseason rankings coming up, and they'll decide on our results also from the fall already who is eligible to play in that tournament. So more than likely, I'm thinking we should get a couple of doubles teams in and maybe 3 or 4 singles players in is our hope. So if we can have half the team play in that tournament, I'll be real happy. And that's why we added another tournament later on, so that everybody has a chance to play at least 3 tournaments for the semester.
Well, with that final tournament, it will actually be over Halloween in the first weekend of November. You'll head to West Virginia. Why did you pick that specific tournament to give your team that opportunity to get that play in?
Well, I think for me, like I mentioned earlier, we want the girls to play throughout the entire fall semester. So we have that month to prepare for Navy. We play, I think, every other weekend pretty much after that is what it looks like on the schedule. So playing West Virginia at basically the end of our fall semester for how many dates we can use, it's going to be a great wrap-up for the semester and everything. At West Virginia, it's a few hours away. We know a lot of good teams that are going to be going there. They've just got a new coach recently in the last year or so too. So he's trying to really grab a full tournament and use those courts as well. I think that tournament overall is going to show all of our work throughout the entire fall and be able to be a good wrap-up, like I said.
Well, with that wrap-up, you're looking kind of at that growth and making sure that they're ready for the spring. While your spring schedule isn't fully complete, what are you hoping for during that transition for fall to spring, and how do you feel the schedule you've put together for the fall will really get you ready for your spring slate?
Yeah, I think playing the entire fall, playing up until the end of October is really going to help us out. Then we get 3 weeks of our 8 hours a week with the girls. We'll do a lot of individual workouts with them, conditioning a lot. Once they go home for Thanksgiving, they're kind of on their own until they get back until the spring. So we hope that obviously they're working out on their own. They're doing all the right things to prepare for the spring semester. The spring season obviously is our main championship season, and that's what we're really graded on, if you want to call it that, and everything. So I think the schedule we've got tentatively out there right now is really going to help us, grow as a team, mature as a team, and we're hopefully adding a couple more teams on there too, maybe in the ACC, so we can really, for a recruiting standpoint, it's going to look really good as well.
Well, Coach, I look forward to seeing what you can get the Dukes to do this fall, and we look forward to seeing you start play at the Navy Fall Tournament. That will be September 19th through the 21st. Good luck this fall.
Thanks very much.